Steve, you ever been to any festivals?
Come on, of course I have. I mean, talking Woodstock, Bumstock, Reading, Steelhouse, Glastonbury.
No, come on.
Loads of them.
E-bike festivals.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, we've been to Sea Otter. Well, I say we. I've been to Sea Otter and only on the weekend been to Garda Festival.
There's loads of mistakes you can make out there. Here's our top do's and don'ts e-bike festivals.
And a bit more in-depth on the fly-on. Yes, we are very much well into festival season now, and it's a place where you can go and see all the latest e-bikes, motors, kit and tech. You can chat to people, you can get stickers, you can have after parties. You can pretty much do anything e-bike related at a festival.
Yeah, but there's a few do's and don'ts along the ways, isn't there?
Absolutely. I think the number one is if you want to try an e-bike out, it's a great place to do that, but definitely go and book in your ride before you turn up at the event, because you could be really disappointed. When we were at Garda on the weekend, the queue for some of the e-bike demo tours was about 80 metres long, honestly.
And the Specialised one actually sold out, didn't it, for the whole weekend?
It's sold out. So make sure you get online and book your place for that test ride before you actually leave for the event. Chris, I think when you get to an event, you're walking around, and it's easy to get like rabbit in the headlights effect, because there is simply so much stuff there, so many marketing banners, so many bikes, so many people, so much noise, everything going on. But I think it's important to take your time and maybe have a look at the detail behind the scenes, not just the stuff that's front of house, right?
Yeah, a lot of those festivals sometimes like have maps and like where the different stands are. I think it's really important almost to tick them off as you go around, making sure you're hitting all those, not necessarily the big companies, they have big marketing budgets, so they have massive stalls, as you say, can grab your attention. It's those little guys you want to check out, because they're often people coming in with some cool stuff.
Yeah, be systematic, and you're dead right, check out some of the smaller brands, because they might have some interesting stuff.
Best part of the festival's after party. I've been to quite a few shows, and the after party is actually amazing. There's sometimes like tickets going around in the day, or like manufacturers give you like free beer tickets and things like that for their parties.
Yes,
they are amazing.
Definitely get yourself in, have a chat around at the stalls, maybe see if you can get a ticket, see what the word on the street is about the after parties, and definitely all the big suspension manufacturers will have an after party. I'm not going to give no names, but Chris, come on, there's other things to do, such as a lot of these festivals will definitely be at a great location, so it might be time to take in some of the local trails. Taking the local trails. Obviously all the test rides are going to be around the area as well, but I think take a bike with you as well, so you can, when the show's finished, you can go out and check out the local trail stuff as well. Yeah, actually, when it comes to the do's and don'ts of a festival, I'd suggest don't take your bike around a very narrow pedestrian area at the festival, because it's such a pain in the ass trying to get past people who are just stood there with their bikes spaced out and all the stuff. Yeah, I remember as well when I think I was riding at the Eurobike show, I was there, and I went to go into the internal part of the show, and my bike actually got wedged in those spinning doors. You had a wedgie? Yeah, loads of people trying to get into the show, and I'm like trying to pull my bike out. So yeah, not taking your bike to the actual show is definitely a good one. What'd it take to a festival? ID, so you're going to need driving license or passport, things like that. Credit card as well, helmet, shoes. Well, some people, quite a few of the bigger festivals will have those shoe companies there, so you can actually demo shoes. So like we saw Ion on the weekend. They actually had like a range of shoes and body armour which you could rent out for the day, as long as you took your licence. So there you go. Festivals are great things to get involved in. Only at the weekend we saw people from all over Europe coming to check out the new bikes and kit. And actually, Chris, but the highlights for me at Garda Festival was a young girl called Maya, who's there with her family all the way from Denmark to check out Riva, all his bikes, all his kit, and in a spectacular location. Check this out. Thanks! So cute! We put it on the show. Now, I was fishing around on Instagram the other day and stumbled across Jeff Stieber's page, obviously from Intense fame. You stumbled across Jeff Stieber? How dare you? I was checking out e-bike news and it come up.
but I think at Intense may have a new e-bike on the way.
Really?
Yeah, they got obviously the Taser out there at the minute, but this thing is coil shocked. It's even carbon fibre. So traditionally,
you've seen a picture of a top tube and a coil shock, and all of a sudden there's a new Intense prototype bike.
Word on the street that is a new.
Okay, is there any facts on the ground though? Is it actually been said?
It's not 100% genuine, or I've not confirmed, but it could be exciting news from Intense.
Okay. Do you know what I find interesting actually is that you see the whole downhill world, all the prototypes. You see them in the World Cup circuit. The World Cups are a testing ground for a load of new bikes, whereas the e-bike market, you don't actually see the bikes until they're boom, there they are in the shops ready to go. Yeah. I quite like the idea of prototype bikes. I think Intense are really good at it as well.
Pushing the envelope forward. I think it could be a good, progression on from the Taser as well. But the exciting thing is that it could be using that new Shimano battery in the bike as well. And this is big news, isn't it?
If you find batteries exciting, Chris?
I love batteries and motors.
No, I'm kidding. Do you know what? I was at Garda Festival and Propane had the new down tube on their bike, which is super thin. Obviously, there's a new Shimano battery, the 8035. Now, there's no photographs of the 8035 on the Shimano website, but clearly it is something which is going to be in production over the next few months. And I think you're right. It's big news because it means it's lower weight, it's thinner, it's visually more attractive than those big, bulky batteries which you see on bikes such as the Orange or maybe the BMC bike. So yeah, it's definitely a move in the right direction.
Big news, isn't it? But I don't know. Would you go for? Does the looks bother you so much? Are you so
doesn't
worried?
Doesn't bother me. No, but it does bother a lot of people. Yeah. A lot of people are very conscious of the fact that they're riding an e-bike. Already it's a big barrier to break down. Everyone thinks, well, some people think at least that the fitness side of things. So they're a little bit shy about revealing the fact that they're riding an e-bike. So
I prefer that battery. Just turn a key, pop, bang, whip it out of your backpack, stick another one in.
Actually, tell about pop, bang. Did you see the Grape battery which I dismounted?
Yeah, I saw that.
Ridiculous. Took like less than a second.
Yeah, I saw that. It was amazing.
Chris has been really busy on the bike talk front. Lots of former World 4 cross riders in the mix here. First of all, Guido Chug, who rides for Husqvarna out at Lake Garda.
Mm-hmm. Big over the bars here. I can relate totally to this crash as well. I've done that. Power cuts out. Just you go to the bunny hop, front wheel, bam, straight over the bars. Pretty big one.
Yeah, and then Johannes Fischbach, who again is a World 4 cross racer from the past.
Yeah, checking out his helmet, touching helmets.
I'm not sure about that.
No, I'm not into that either. We've got Tom Cardy and his Mrs. Cara as well, being up Snowdon. They've been up the Lamberis path on the high bikes.
I hope you did that before 10 a.m, Tom. Lots of questions in about the high bike fly-on feature which we had on the channel on the weekend. Primarily, when are we going to test the fly-on? Now, we don't actually do tests on EMBN because we think, and it comes down to priorities and preferences, those are things only you guys know at home. And also, when you look at some testers actually know what they're talking about, maybe about a dozen of them worldwide. And then there are others who actually just simply regurgitate press releases.
We've covered so much stuff here on EMBN already, haven't we? We've done motors, geometry, tyres, componentry, you name it. It's already been done in depth here on EMBN. And
each of those are really important factors in your decision-making process to buy an e-mountain bike, right? When it comes down to testing, actually, testing should be a mix of empirical evidence plus maybe some time testing as well. But if you actually ask a lot of testers, ask them if there is what the performance advantage is in their conclusion. I bet you very few of them would be able to give you that answer.
Yeah, Alex Paulson's been in touch. He's talking about the new fly-on bike. He's saying, that looks heavy. I don't find anything particularly innovative about this either. It's big, heavy, and the motor has some severe limitations in regards to frame and suspension geometry.
Which is, again, there's someone giving an opinion where the thing is, if you look at the geometry of the fly-on, it's got excellent reach there for different rider sizes. I think it's 467 on a size large, which is really good for someone 6 foot tall. It's got a chainstay, 470 millimeters, which, high bike have looked into what makes good e-bike specific geometry, and a longer chainstay is actually a good thing when it comes to climbing.
I was going to say 630 watt hour battery that charges to 80% in just over an hour. It's pretty amazing stuff. Brucey on a busness, he's saying the great bike sure looks well thought out. Hope it rides and handles as well. Will you be testing it?
We won't be testing it, but again, we'll probably be riding it and giving you some feedback of the overall
kind of package you get there from Grape.
It does look super exciting, that bike. And Dave Nerona, awesome job. Some of the stuff coming is insanely awesome.
Nice one, Dave. Squirrel Squeezer.
Wow, what I'd like to see is a bike made purely for climbing steep slabs. What kind of components, tyres, chains, stay and stem length and brakes would be best?
It's a great question. But again, Squirrel Squeezer comes down to rider skill. If you haven't got the rider skill, then you won't be going up those steep technical places in the first place.
And Henan Pierres, he's saying, yeah, the Ikano loved the propane.
Yeah, it definitely was one of the highlights of Lake Garda with that new Shimano battery. And obviously, the fact, did you get the story on that? The fact you can actually buy that bike. You can actually spec the bike yourself. You can put any component you want on it and 3 different colour choices.
Different size wheels. And
exactly. I think it's a great idea.
That looks amazing. So Tazia Newsom, he's been in touch. He's saying, not much of a first ride on the Flat. Is that it? Or are you saving it for another video?
No, that's pretty much it. I mean, I think it covered all the technical detail there. Obviously, it covered the motor as well. What I don't want you guys thinking is because there's more power, it enables you to go up anything you want, because that's simply not true. And also, there's, like you mentioned earlier, there's people who are going to ride single track, smooth single track, which you don't need the power. So again, like it comes back to what we said at the beginning, it's only you guys that know your priorities and preferences when it comes to riding an e-mountain bike.
Welcome to this week's Electrics. Today we're going to be taking a look at stream crossings without getting wet and without getting off your bike. Here's a few tips for you. Line choice is one of the big things you need to think about when crossing a stream. If you're going to roll through it, you need to look at the base of the stream to make sure it's firm. You also need to look at the bank that you're coming down, and more so on the exit. It's more about the exit. If the exit is really harsh and it's going to slow you down, getting out of the stream is going to be a real struggle. So here I can see it's really steep sided, but this side is nicely transitioned into the stream and there's a nice transition bank out of it. So it means if I come down into the stream with enough momentum, pick the front wheel up and place it on that side of the bank, and going through this is going to be quite easy with a good weight shift. I'm going to come in with a high power mode, perform a wheelie, lift the front wheel up, over, place it on that side of the bank, whilst getting my weight back, and get ready for it as it goes into the stream, and transfer my weight forward and get on the power and carry that momentum out of the stream. Coming in nice and slow, look at my line, wheelie, away. Easy as that, no wet feet, get practicing. Right, Steve, you ready to jump in that plane? We are heading all over the world.
Yeah, boy.
We're going to Christchurch, New Zealand. This is in from Mike. He's out on his 2019.
It's not Christchurch, New Zealand. That's Port Talbot.
No, I think it is. Looks quite similar, to be fair.
Yeah.
He's heading out on a night shift. He just sold his Anthem 2 and swapped it in for a Trek Powerfly. Loving it, he's saying.
Yay! Ooh, from the jungle. Where's that?
Sao Paulo in Brazil.
Crikey.
This is in from Alexandre. He's saying eMTB is still quite a lonely sport out here in Brazil. Still in this.
Well, if you're in the rainforest, no kidding me.
Looks like a bit of trail blocking going on there. Or is it like an interesting bunny hop?
Well, Chris, you've got a real South American theme going on this week.
Yeah, we're going to head to Matope, Franschhoek, and is that how you say that? Franschhoek.
I got my glasses on. That's a cool shot, isn't it?
It is amazing, isn't it?
Look at those hills in the background there. We're going to have news from Andre Regini in the next few weeks on trail access in South Africa.
Wow, that looks amazing. Look at that shot as well, big landscape shot. And lastly, this is in from Greg.
Rotorua.
Yeah, Wakarua. Is that how you say that? You could only...
I can't even see it. Wakaruina.
Yeah. Just out for a quick ride after a night shift on his Merida E160. Look at that trails. Nice. It's amazing there as well.
Good stuff. Oh, nice feedback from there around the world this week, Chris.
Yeah, keep sending those in. Use the upload service. Details are on screen now.
Boom.
Now it's time for my favourite part of the show. It's the bike vault, Steve. You ready?
Let's have a look at the pride and joys.
This one in from John is 2018 Specialized Levo Carbon Comp. He's out in Spinnybank Woods in Gloucestershire.
Yeah, I know, but the wild garlic.
It's amazing. That smells good.
It's a beautiful time of the year. It's a beautiful, super nice time of the year.
Yeah, straight away, super nice. Ooh. This is in from Craigie, Cube Reaction Hybrid SL500. He's in the top of Caverhill, looking over Belfast, Northern Ireland.
Crikey, that's a beautiful... Is that this year?
Looks like it. 44 years old.
Sorry, I'm going to have to go for it. Come on.
Straight away, number one.
Sorry.
Wow.
Ooh, nice. Controversial brace.
Brace of e-bike.
Brace.
This is in from Mihai, Romania. He's exploring very nice mountains in
I like that shot.
Pietra
I like that shot a lot.
Together with his girlfriend as well,
I like
so
that
sharing
shot
the
a
ride.
lot. To me, it's got it all. It's got the mountains, there's your partner. Yay!
Three super
I'm
nice.
taking over here, Chris.
You are
sorry.
pulling it away, aren't you?
Yeah.
We've got this in from James Padigo.
Swap
Elevate.
seats. You can hit the
Okay,
barrel.
that's super
Go on.
nice.
Yeah, yeah.
You get your glasses
So
on
anyway,
there.
we
You
got we got this one in from the Oro Valley in Arizona. This is Elevate full suspension E8000. What do you reckon, Chris?
Game changer, he reckons, as well.
Game, go on then.
I'm gonna go and it's super nice. This pump's getting worn out today.
Right on Swoop 9 from Jackson Slosh Plate, Germany.
Is that a jump in the background? Looks pretty sketchy.
It does, doesn't it? It does look. Come
And
on.
landing.
And your answer?
Super nice as well. Why not?
Boom! Ooh, the snow.
Looks like some fish tank.
That's in that place where they shot James Bond, wasn't it?
Is it?
This is in what? This is in Troodos Mountain in Cyprus.
Cyprus. Oh, Cyprus is meant to be really hot.
This is from Alexis, and it's a Powerfly FS7.
Unexpected snow dump.
It's an unexpected shot. I mean, I'm gonna have to give it a super nice.
Wow, this is a record, is it? Number one.
Oh, it's spoilt by Andrew in the Orkney Island. Although that's a pretty cool place to go and ride an e-bike by a chimney. Is
it a chimney?
I think it's chimney. Is it chimney?
I don't know, some kind of rock slab.
Is it the old man of Hoy?
Is it slightly out of focus, or are my eyes slightly out of focus?
It is slightly out of focus. Sorry,
Nice.
Andrew.
Ended the.
No, you guys said it's a nice.
Nice.
Hold on, is that a nice?
This is nice. This is super nice.
Do you know, I did not know that.
Didn't you know that?
Josh, did you know that?
It's not.
It's not. Thank you very much,
Oh,
Josh.
sorry.
Right.
Pulled the wrong pump there.
Crikey, pulled the wrong pump.
Nice.
Right. You swap seats again. Anyway, this is from.
Make sure it's right
now
pump.
that. This is actually one of the best images I've ever seen on
Looks
the
like a
bike
stock,
vault. This
factory image.
Is an exceptional image from. Again, there's no name. It's in Romania. From is it Lassie? Is Lassie from Romania? I'm a beginner, and this is my first bike. You're not a beginner when it comes to shots, though. It looks like it's flashing.
How's
right?
that even held up? It's got one of the. Has it been photoshopped? Has
That
removed?
is not a super nice. That is a exceptionally super nice shot. And then, okay, we're back into Cube Stereo Hybrid in Dittingen in Switzerland. This is the last shot of the vault today. And this is from Ben. I mean, that last shot took some beating. What bike is that?
43k. Cube Stereo. Yeah. Nice.
12
as well.
meters of climbing.
Super nice to round it out. Cracking, that's the record for super nices in the bike vault. Some amazing shots in there. We love seeing all the bikes here on EMBN, so make sure you keep sending those bikes in to the uploader service. That's on screen. Send them in. Might could be you in next week's show.
Okay, thanks for joining us this week. If you're going to stay with us, check out my A to Z of Lake Garda Festival and make sure to get yourselves over to some festivals this year.
Don't forget, if you've got any questions you want to ask us, hashtag #AskEMBN, drop them in the comments box down below. We'll get back to you on our Ash show, which is on a Tuesday. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe to EMBN by clicking the globe, and we'll see you in the next week.
That's it!